Okay, good morning everyone. So it's nice to see you again here with me. So today I want to know about your condition. How are you everyone? Good? Is it good? Are you healthy? Are you good? Okay, good, great. It's really happy to hear that all of you here, yeah, are in the good condition. So you are all here healthy. So did you have your breakfast before we start our lesson? Hmm? That morning? Did you? Okay, that's great. So please, yeah, please try, yeah, to have your breakfast because before you start your day, because by eating your breakfast you have energy, yeah, to face the world. Okay, so before we go to our lesson, new material, so I want to ask you something. So which one do you like here? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so from this picture, so actually I have 3 pictures here. Okay, yeah, this one. So which one do you like most? The first one, writing a diary. So maybe writing a diary sounds old-fashioned, but you know, writing a diary is, you know, the first thing, yeah, makes blogging nowadays become so popular. Okay, and I will give you an audio about someone's unforgettable moments. Okay, so are you ready? Okay.
Wait a minute. What was the question again? An unforgettable experience? If that's the case, Miss, I have one. Actually, I have a lot of unforgettable moments myself. But the best one I've experienced is my first storytelling job in Big Bad Wolf 2020. Yes, I remember it so clear. It was before quarantine on the last day of Big Bad Wolf's 2020 Book Fest. I got the opportunity to perform from my sister by joining an organization called Hello Library. Since it was my first time performing, of course I got a tad bit nervous. But luckily I got the same schedule as my sister, so we both performed at the same time. Seeing the kids gather around with excitement, people watching, and with my sister by my side, it makes me feel excited and happy that I got to entertain people. I also learned a lot from this experience, especially in public speaking, performing on stage, and joining an organization, which I have never done before. Overall, it was a truly unforgettable moment for me. Well, that's all from me. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, so that's about unforgettable moment that yeah, someone experienced it. Okay, so from the audio that we have heard, yeah, about, I will give you several questions. Okay, based on the audio. So the first one, this is the first question for you, yeah. So what kind of story that the writers talked about? Okay, anyone knows? Anyone listen to the audio really carefully? Anyone knows the answer? Yeah, great. So this is about you know, the first job of storytelling, yeah, that the writers did. Okay, that's the topic of the story. Okay, the second one. So who was involved in the event? Who was involved? Anyone knows? Okay, please try it. Just don't be afraid. Just give a try. Okay, it's okay to make mistake. That's okay. We will fix it together if you make mistake. Okay, who wants to try? Okay. Yeah, that's great. So, who was involved? Yeah, the writers. The writer is herself and her sister. Okay, good. Now, next question. Next question. Okay. When did it happen? When did it happen? Okay, anyone knows the answer? Based on the audio. Come on. Try it. Okay. Don't be shy. Just speak up. Okay, yeah, okay, you. What's the answer? Okay, great. Good job. That's correct. So, it happened before the quarantine, yeah, in 2020, okay, in the event. What is the event? What's the event? Okay, good. Big Bad Wolf. Okay, so that's a bit information, yeah, we got from the story, from the audio. Okay, so this is the last one. What did the writer get from that event? What did the writer get from that event? Anyone knows? Just raise your hand and speak up. Okay, yeah, good. So the writer got so much, yeah, so such as like public speaking, and then how to do a good performance in front of public, and then she made a lot of new friends, yeah, and of course, yeah, she made a new experience, yeah, good experience for her life. Okay, that's about the story. So from the story, yeah, anyone can conclude what kind of lesson or new material we are going to learn? Anyone else about that? Okay, retelling past experiences. Okay, that's correct. So how about the others? This is kind of text. This is kind of text. What is that? Okay, good. Yeah, we are going to learn about Recontacts. Okay, Recontacts. But before that, okay, before we go further about Recontacts, yeah, let's see what the learning outcomes, yeah, after you learn Recontacts. Okay, so actually not only knowledge and skill, yeah, that will you get, yeah, from this material, but also the attitude, okay, the character. You know, Ricci has so many good character. So hopefully, yeah, after learning this material, you are expected, yeah, to be more respectful to others. And then the second one, appreciate other people's opinion. And then the last one, yeah, every experience, every event, yeah, please learn from every experience that you have been through. Because why? Yeah, because through these experiences, yeah, it makes you who you are now. So every experience is valuable. Okay, so beside that, okay, we move to the okay, yeah, next one is about knowledge. So of course, by learning Recontacts, yeah, you learn about the theory of Recontacts, yeah. So after learning this material, you are expected to be able to identify, to analyze, yeah, and then to understand the social function, the genetic structures, the language features, yeah, used in Recontacts, as well as apply it into apply it regarding the context of the situation. Okay, that's for the knowledge. And then the last one is for your skill, yeah. When you already know about the theory, yeah, it's better, yeah, it's way better if you really apply it Yeah, really apply your skill, yeah, into reality, into such kind of products, like, okay. So after learning this material, you are expected to be able to elaborate your ideas, yeah, and telling a story or experience in the past, yeah. Beside that, and then you will be able to write a good and proper, yeah, recount text. That's really important, yeah. When you learn about the theory, it means you can apply it in the contextual real life. Okay, that's important. So please keep it in mind. So by giving you or by sharing you the learning outcomes, yeah, I hope that you can focus, yeah, on learning this material, recount text material. Okay, good. Now let's move on to recount text itself. Okay, first one, yeah, always, yeah, to begin something we have to know what's the definition and the social function of recount text. Okay, so the definition of recount text is a text that retells, yeah, past events or past experience. Okay, and then the social function, we have two social function, yeah, of recount text. The first one is to entertain the reader, of course, with delivering good stories, to provide some information about the story text, yeah. So we not only entertain them, but we also give the reader, yeah, such useful information for them. Maybe they haven't heard about that, and then when you write your stories, yeah, you can give them good information. Okay, and the next one. So maybe some of you think or wonder, so what's the difference between recount text and narrative text? Because both of them are using past tense, or both of them tell about some events in the past. Okay, that's a good question. And then let's move to another slide, to the next slide. Yeah, we will know what the difference between recount text and narrative text. Okay. Wait, this is a bit hard, yeah. Okay, that's one. Yeah, so this is the recount text versus narrative text. So the first one, the essential of recount text, yeah, based on the factual event, yeah, based on the facts. But in narrative text, yeah, that's the story based on the imagination or fiction, yeah, fiction way. Okay, so that's why for recount text, yeah, most of the story, almost all the story based on someone's experiences. But for narrative, yeah, we can see from the example of narrative text, yeah, like myth, and then like fable, and then yeah, such kind of legend or myth or a fable. Yeah, that's narrative. And then the second one, yeah, from the social function itself, yeah, recount text provide the information for the reader, because in the recount text, yeah, not only about personal experience, but also you can write about something historical. or scientific. So that's why it provides information for the reader. But for narrative text, that's simply to entertain the reader, yeah, about the story. Okay, and both of them have similarity. Similarity is used past tense, yeah, like past simple, past continuous. Okay, they all used in narrative and recount. Okay, so that's the difference between recount and narrative. And then we move to the types of recontacts. Yeah, like I told you before, yeah, for the type of recontacts, not only personal recount, but we have so many, okay, like factual recount, imaginative, and historical recount. Okay, so it is clear for a personal recount, yeah. Personal recount is a text which retells writer's event or experience in the past, yeah, like like our audio, yeah, in the beginning of our lesson. It can be unforgettable moment of someone's experience, yeah, or someone event in the past. And then the second one is factual recount. Yeah, factual recount is a text of an actual event by someone not personally, yeah, involved in the situation. So for factual recount, you can usually find out, yeah, the example of factual recount in the newspaper. So when you read the news in the newspaper or on the internet, yeah, that's the example of factual recount, because all the data, yeah, based on the fact what really happened, yeah, in the real situation. Okay, and then the third one is imaginative recount. So for imaginative recount, yeah, it retells, yeah, the retell of an imaginary event through the point of view of a fiction character. Like maybe you've ever watched Venom, yeah, the enemy of Spider-Man. So it was made, yeah, a film, that Venom version, that told the audience, yeah, from the point of view of Venom itself, or from the Venom's side, something like that. That's for imaginative recount. And then the last one is historical recount. This one is text that choose to explain and retell factual events in the past that has historical values. Yeah, this kind of text, yeah, usually you can usually be found in your history book, or when your history teacher tells you about historical event in the past, like maybe about independence independence of Indonesia, and then like pandemic or epidemic, yeah, in the past, and then about the journey of the kingdom, Japanese kingdom, or apa lagi sejarah apaan lagi? Oh, jenis-jenis cerita yang biasanya di oh ya, or like
World War. Potongnya gimana?
Oh ya, okay, so like for historical recount, yeah, it is usually found, yeah, in your history book, yeah, in your history book, like maybe like for example about Indonesia, independence of Indonesia, and then about World War, yeah, about epidemic, about pandemic in the past, yeah. So it has historical value. Okay, that's why it it is included in a historical recount. Okay. Okay, next one. Okay, we move to the okay, now next. Okay, next we move to generic structure of recount text. So for the generic structure of recount text, we have three parts, three classification. The first is about orientation. So what is orientation? So orientation is the introduction part of the text, usually in the first paragraph. So we usually put, the orientation in the first paragraph. Okay, why? Because it gives background information such as who was involved, and then when it happened, and then where it happened. Okay, so it must be in the beginning. Okay, now let's see to the example. So this is the example. Okay, so the example is last year, at the end of the year, my wife and I decided to spend our holiday at Tanjung Setia Beach, which located around 234 kilometers from Bandar Lampung. So we can see here, the bold one here. So it gives us information about who was involved. So who was involved? My wife and I. And then when it happened last year, in the end of the year. And then when we talk about where, so where? At Tanjung Setia Beach. Okay, that's the background of the text. So that's orientation. Okay, next is events. So event is actually the body of the text, of recount text. So event is very essential in the text, okay? Because all the things, all the stories, explained in the event. So what is the event? So event is the text, Event convey the events that occurred, So it usually it must be written in chronological order. So you have to write the story from the beginning to the last in order, in order, because you tell the reader how it went, how the story went. Okay, and then usually use conjunction and time connections, and then divide it into several paragraphs. Why? Because when we explain about the body, the event, it's usually long, long enough. So to make it, understandable, we usually divide the event into several paragraphs, to make it easy to understand. Okay, so look at the example here. So we have three paragraphs here that told us about the parts, the event, which come first, and then which come second, and then which come third, So it is all explained in the event. Okay, so you can see there are some phrases, bold phrases, like that's the example of conjunction and time connection, like when, after, finally, and then the next day. Okay, that's the example of conjunction and time connections. Okay, and the last is about wait, sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, next is about Kalau kok nggak bisa ganti, nggak bisa ganti.
Oke. Next kita tulis.
Okay. Next is about reorientation. So this is the last part of the generic structure of Recontacts. Okay. The third is reorientation. So what is reorientation? So reorientation is actually a closing statement that provides a conclusion to the story. Okay, when we want to conclude our story, so this is reorientation. Yeah, that is reorientation. So in reorientation, okay, we state how things went at the end, like how it all ended up, and then what the conclusion of the story, and then beside that, we can say how how you felt about what happened. Yeah, what you've been going through. Yeah, from your experiences, you can say it, or you can express it. Yeah, in the reorientations part. Okay, so now we move to the example here. So this is the example of reorientation. Yeah, the third day there, we decided to go home. When we finally made it back home, we were both totally exhausted because of the trip, and we were so happy to travel such an amazing beach Lampung province has. So in this reorientation, we know, yeah, we know that the writer felt happy, yeah, about their trip, something like that. Okay, and then this is about the generic structure. So until this part, is there any questions about this? Is there any question? Is it clear or unclear? Clear? So far so good? Or so far from good? Which one? Okay, so far so good, yeah. Okay, good. Now, next, we move to language feature. Okay. Okay, next we move to language feature, yeah. So this is language feature of Recontacts. The first one. So when we want to write Recontacts, yeah, use the first person when you want to talk about your personal experience, yeah, such as I, we, me, my, our, yeah, that's first person. And then when you want to talk about someone else's experience or something historical, yeah, you can change, yeah, or you can use the third person, such as she, he, they, and then him, her, their, them, or the name of the person itself. Okay, that's for the use of the name. Yeah, and then next one is okay, because this is this talk about past experience. So all the sentences mainly write in the past tenses or using past tenses. Like for example, this one. These are here the example of the verb that are used past form of the verb. Like for example, happened, look, so, and then went, felt. Or you can use progressive, yeah, like was running, we're playing, we're watching, we're going, was thinking, and etc. Okay. So next language feature is use connecting words or phrases such as meanwhile, afterwards, after, before, and then after that, finally, at the end, then next, and then what is it? First, second, third, okay, last. That's about connecting words or phrases. And then next one. So, we also use adverbs and adverbial phrases to express time, place, and events. For example, last month, lately, on Monday, in London, last Saturday. Okay, that's adverbs. Okay, and then next. Okay, so because you express about your feeling in your story, okay, in your text, yeah, you can use extreme adjectives. So you can use, for example, fine, excellent, brilliant, outstanding, instead of you use the adjective good. Yeah, so using this extreme adjective, yeah, emphasize the reader's the reader's feeling, yeah, or the reader's sense, yeah, to feel like what you felt when you were in that position. Okay, yeah, like good, fine, and then cool, great, fantastic, awesome, and then sad. You can use depressing, miserable, unhappy, gloomy, and then bad, awful, terrible, horrific, unpleasant, and etc. Yeah, that's only the example, but you can find many more. Okay. Okay, last one. Okay, so the last one, I have a video. Yeah, a video about, yeah. So we've already talked about every single things about Recontacts, but now we will focus on historical recount. So yeah, to see the difference, I want you to watch the video here. Yeah, so this one is the death list pandemic. Yeah, so what was the, okay, you can watch it. Okay, let's play it. Okay.
In 1918, a new and unusually deadly influenza virus swept the globe in a pandemic that we are still studying today.
The 1918 pandemic caused the global deaths of probably 50 and maybe up to 100 million people, making it the worst natural disaster in all of recorded human history.
But what made the pandemic so lethal? NIAID's Dr. Jeffrey Taubenberger has been studying the 1918 flu for decades.
Most people who had influenza in 1918 had a completely typical course of influenza, like you would see today. But in 1918,
Okay, that's about the video. So after watching the video, I want you, yeah, to find out, yeah, to answer these questions, yeah, based on the video you've already watched. So the first one is, what is the topic of this short video? And then the second one, where did it happen? And then the third one, when did it happen? And the fourth, yeah, how many victims were there? So please find out. So I will play once again, and then please watch carefully, and then please find the information so that you can answer those questions. Okay? Okay, so good job everyone. So you can answer all of them correctly. So now, yeah, because we only watch the video, now we will move to the text itself. Yeah, so here I have this, yeah, at your home. Yeah, so this is a task for you, homework for you. So I will give you this, yeah, this text, and I want you to answer the question based on the text. And one thing, yeah, one more thing, is I want you to find out one text, one historical text, and I want you to, you know, to make the mind map, yeah, of the text, yeah. So find out about the orientation and then events and reorientation based on the text you've already chosen. Okay, so is there any questions about the task? No? Okay, good. So because we almost there, okay, we don't have enough time to continue. Yeah, so I want to review again, yeah, to recall again your memory about so anyone, what is the definition and social function of Recontacts? Who wants to answer? Okay, please. Okay, good, that's correct. So now we move to generic structure. Who still remember what is the generic structure of Recontacts? Anyone knows the answer? Please raise your hand. Okay, please. Okay, that's the first one, orientation, and then how about the second one? Events, good. And then how is the last? What is the last? How about the third thing of the generic structure? Okay, reorientation. Okay, good job. Okay, so I hope that from the topic, yeah, from the material that you have been learned today, yeah, you can get some information and some new knowledge, yeah, that will be useful for you in the future. So guys, thank you for today. Yeah, thank you for your attention and then your participation actively during the class, and we will see you again next meeting, and have a nice day everyone. Thank you.